What's up? What's up? What's up? Today, some new people are entering market scenes. I think after so long, everyone was waiting for iOS, and finally, iOS is here. So, are you guys excited? Are you guys happy? Shout out to all the new iOS peoples. Who all are iOS? Please type iOS. I really want to see how many people are there on iOS. Please type iOS, iOS. Wow, not bad, guys. Quite a bit of new iOS people, huh? Today, the community, yeah, everyone was constantly messaging me saying, "Oh my god, please come on iOS. It's we're getting the FOMO. Please launch it." Clubhouse ka badla. Look at the timing of the launch. Do you think it's a coincidence? Hmm. Timing of the launch, guys. Timing of the launch. Okay, so for all the people who don't know today, we'll start. We usually wait for 3 to 4 minutes after I come. So I usually until 4:35. So there's 2 more minutes. So we'll just wait for 2 minutes for everyone to join, and then we will start. Okay. But new iOS people are here. All the rich people have entered the app. So yeah, make the other people, Android people, jealous, and you can have your iOS war, typical war that you guys usually have. Okay. We'll start in 2 seconds. Not 2 seconds, sorry, 2 minutes. Start in 2 minutes. Okay, cools. So a lot of people don't know what cools is. So I would like for the people who don't know what people who know what cools is, uh, to explain the iOS users what cools is. Okay, until we start. Awesome. We'll start in 1 minute. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, we have around 335 people, guys. Let's begin. Are you guys ready? Okay. So for all the people who are on iOS and this is your first time introduction to this app, so let me tell you how market talk usually goes. Okay, it is very complicated, so please pay attention to how it works. Basically, we talk about the market, and actually, that's about it. I just give you a quick update on how the market is. I do a lot of funny things also. People think I do stand-up comedy, but that is not the case. I'm actually legitimately talking a lot about the scene in the scene. Okay, number one. So it is not some stand-up comedy. But more importantly, apart from stand-up comedy, let me tell you another thing is that towards the end of the session, okay, towards the end of the session, I also take up a few people, depending on how much time we have. I take up a few people on stage and I will talk to them. Okay, that's usually, and any questions they have, I usually do that. It depends. If the session is too long, then I usually don't have, I don't take because obviously time nahi hai. But if it's not too many news articles, then obviously we do it. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put less news articles and I'm going to take some new people on. I'm going to take some normal people on also because I don't know who's iOS and who's not. But I'm going to take a few people on so that they can understand how the concept works. Okay. Okay. And also today, guys, just informing my video is coming out today at 6 p.m., not at 8:30 p.m. Just informing people because I have another call at 8, so I'm going to do it at 6 p.m. itself today. Samjhe? Okay, awesome. So first things first, what has happened in the market today? A very muted day in the market. It's almost like a seesaw. Okay, you know what a seesaw is? Basically, it keeps going up and down. So a very muted day in the market. Muted day मतलब ज़्यादा कुछ activity नहीं हुआ है, right? It's not some big day or small day. If you look at Sensex today, it has fallen down by only 14 points. Correct, 1 4 points. It's just fallen down by 14 points. So nothing great. What happened in the market? But Nifty Bank fell down. Okay, Nifty Bank is basically the banking index where a lot of big banks are there and they move that index. So basically, it's a banking index where all bank stocks are included in Nifty Bank, and that is something that fell down. Okay, so now that is important to understand why Nifty Bank has fallen down, and it's important to understand if the Nifty Bank has fallen down, which banking stocks have fallen down so much as well. Okay, okay, awesome. By the way, we have Rakesh Junjunwala in the chat as well. So for all the people who don't know who he is, you should read up. He's also there in the chat. So please, for all the iOS people, I don't play pranks on them because they might actually think this is real Rakesh Junjunwala. Please, it's a fake account. So please, all the iOS guys, don't get swayed by it and start asking him questions. But yeah, okay. So do you guys know about a startup today, okay, that got funded? Okay, and it is called Zeta. Have you guys heard of this company called Zeta that got funded today? For all the people who do not know about Zeta, okay, Zeta got funded today at a valuation of $1.45 billion. Okay, $1.45 billion valuation, obviously by this fund called SoftBank. Okay, unicorn status mil gaya, and it is by a fund called SoftBank. And the best part is it's a banking software. Okay, it's a banking software firm called Zeta. And the weird part here is, guys, that the company only makes $10 million in revenue so far. It has actually made $10 million in revenue so far, and that too mostly it has been done by only one client. The revenues come from one client. So a lot of people are saying, dude, SoftBank, what is wrong with you? How can you give a $1.45 billion valuation to a company that is only with $10 million revenue? Okay, and it is most of it is coming from one company. And if you look at that, what is 1.45 billion divided by 10 million, right? What is the ratio of it? That basically you'll understand what is the multiple. Multiple is very common in the investment banking world. It basically says the company is making so much revenue, kitna multiple pe uska valuation hua hai, right? That's more than, if you look at 10 million, that's 10 million into 10 times is 100 million, into 10 times another 10 times. If you talk about it from a 100 times perspective, it is 1 billion. And uske baad 1 billion ke baad you see that it has come up to 1.45 billion. That means it's gone up by 145x multiple. Is that 1.45x multiple justified, guys? That is what a lot of people are asking. SoftBank. Everyone's asking SoftBank कि क्या चालू है boss? This is a insane kind of valuation that you are giving. 1.45 billion is not a good valuation to give someone, right? It is not a good valuation at all. So if you're giving such kind of valuation, there should be some backing for this valuation, right? You can't just come out nowhere and be like, चलो मैं इतना valuation देने वाला हूँ. It is not some मस्ती मजाक नहीं चल रहा है. So that is exactly what it's talking about. So it's a very weird news topic, but again, SoftBank as a company has been known, okay, to give you bloated valuations. Okay, you understand what bloated valuations are? SoftBank has been known to give bloated valuations. Okay, that means it is let's not put a bad word to it, but let's consider it stupid valuations. I call it stupid valuations or ballooned. Yeah, ballooned up valuation is also something that is right, but it is stupidity. There is no logic, rhyme, or reason for you to give something like that. कुछ भी justify करो इतना तो नहीं आएगा. Correct? कुछ भी justify करो इतना तो नहीं आएगा. So that is what basically SoftBank का issue is right now. Understood? Got it. Awesome. Just giving you guys some gyans. Okay. Apart from that, FarmEasy, you might have heard of this company called FarmEasy. Yes, FarmEasy. You might have seen those weird ads coming on online, which saying "ऊपर वाला बचाता है, ये बचाता है, वो बचाता है," nonsense ads that keep coming online. Have you seen that? Suddenly from nowhere, one bathtub will fall down. It looks like more like a doctor fix it ad as opposed to a pharmacy ad. ऊपर वाला बचाएगा and ऊपर वाला is your neighbor who has nothing to do in life, quite literally nothing to do with life. Just coming down and falling with a treadmill, or he's just randomly falling with a bathtub, and he comes and says "Upar wala bachayega, I am Upar wala, download the FarmEasy app." So yeah, why am I talking about this is because FarmEasy app, which is actually India's largest pharmacy, has just bought a company, its rival. Okay, has just bought a rival company called MedLife. I don't know how many of you all have heard of this company called MedLife, but they've recently just bought this company called MedLife. Now, for how much? No idea, right? But they've just bought it right now. And apparently, guess who's also coming into the sector of, who's also coming into the pharmaceutical sector? We all know that Reliance is in the pharmaceutical sector. Yes. Guess another company is coming in the pharmaceutical sector. Guess who, guys? Someone who's very famous already, huh? Like you guys already know him. Amazon. So Amazon is coming out also in this highly competitive space, and that Amazon and Tata. So a lot of people in the chat were definitely right. It is both Amazon and Tata that's coming out with this. So good guessing, guys. Really good guessing. Okay. ठीक है. Next. Bajaj Electricals, a company, I don't know whether you've heard of it, but Bajaj Electricals बोल के there is a company. Obviously, it is in the electrical space. Bajaj Electricals just came out with the result, and the result was quite good. It gave a net profit of 54 crores. Again, I've not done full research on on exactly whether the net profit is good or bad, because there's one thing that we have learned always is just don't look at the news article that says net profit is good and believe it, right? Because there is something that comes before net profit that might always look wrong. And can you tell me what is that for all the people who are in the chat? बहुत smart लोग आ गया. I see a lot of regulars trying to show off to the iOS people. But don't worry, guys. You guys will slowly catch up. Definitely slowly catch up, right? There is something known as extraordinary items, right? Extraordinary items बोल के कुछ scene है, which basically is like a stupid thing, right? It basically tries to put a one-off sale, and which bloats your, what does it bloat? It bloats your net profit after tax. So that is not a good metric at all. That is not a good metric at all. Okay, so net profit, whenever you see in the news, no, and if you see something like a net profit, don't get too excited. Oh my god, net profit is up by 50,000% or 10,000%. It's not a crypto market, okay, where something goes up by 50,000%. You just need to wait and see how it reacts and how it works. Understood? HDFC, now look at this, another piece of information. HDFC, okay, sold Reliance infrastructure shares worth 43 crores. Okay, HDFC, not HDFC Bank, but this is HDFC that was holding a pledged share. Okay, pledged shares, matlab the founders, obviously, matlab no money. They had pledged it against HDFC and said that, we'll take it as a loan. It's basically mortgaging it. We'll take it as a loan, and agar tomorrow we want to buy it back, we'll buy it back at whatever rate. But they couldn't buy it back, and if they can't buy it back, then obviously it gets sold like this. It gets sold to who? It gets sold to random people. So they just sold it in the open market, means Reliance shares will go down. Also, it is considered bad corporate governance because they're not doing a good job as well. Got it? Awesome. I'm talking about Reliance Infra, not Reliance Retail. These are two completely different companies. Now, another company called FarEye, Dur ka Nazar. Okay, it's such a weird way to say it, such a weird company's name. But FarEye, basically is planning. It's a logistics SaaS startup. It raises $100 million. FarEye, okay, FAREYE. It raises $100 million. $100 million, to put into perspective, is 750 crores only. Okay, only 750 crores, not much. So yeah, that is again a piece of useful information for you, for anyone who wants to know what it is. Okay, only. What else? What else? Any other interesting information? There is a new stimulus package. Apparently, India plans a new stimulus package, guys. And every time there's a stimulus package, what happens in the market? Do you guys know what happens in the market when there is a stimulus package coming in? Tell me what happens in the market when there's a stimulus package. Rocket. Someone's saying rocket. क्या होता है rocket? What rockets? The market usually goes up. Yes, so some really smart people in this chat. So most of y'all, what you're saying is correct. The market definitely goes up on that day, but also inflation goes up equally at that point, because स्टिमुलस पैकेज का जो पैसा है कहां से आ रहा है? वेयर इज द स्टिमुलस पैकेज मनी कमिंग फ्रॉम? राइट, इट्स नॉट लाइक मी एंड यू आर सिटिंग एंड प्रिंटिंग एट होम. प्रिंटिंग प्रेस तो प्राइवेटाइज तो नहीं किया है. सो वेयर इज दिस मनी कमिंग फ्रॉम? बेसिकली आरबीआई जस्ट स्टार्ट्स प्रिंटिंग अ लॉट ऑफ मनी, एंड व्हेन दे स्टार्ट प्रिंटिंग अ लॉट ऑफ मनी, इन्फ्लेशन किक्स इन. नाउ whom does the inflation affect the most? Does it affect the iOS users? Definitely not. I love how I'm picking on iOS users today, right? Does it affect the iOS users? No, definitely not. Does it affect the middle class? Maybe a little bit, but not so much. But whom does it affect? The lower income group get affected a lot, right? Yeah, and the Nokia users as well. I mean, if you're using Nokia, I don't know why you're using Nokia still, but cool. But yeah, it affects mostly the lower income people, because the middle class and the slightly upper class will definitely keep making money. They get this 10% increment. They get something known as benefits, health benefits, group mediclaim, ये claim, वो claim, सब कुछ मिलेगा आपको, right? But for a person who's a farmer, does not have all these rights, correct? He does not get everything like this. कौन देता है उसको? Right? He has nothing like this. So for him, it is considered a bad thing. So inflation really affects a lot when it comes to lower income group people. Okay, lower income group ko it affects a lot. So that is why we need to, even though we don't want to sympathize, it's definitely something that you need to sympathize with, because it is sad, right? Because the country globally wants to do a economic revival program, and that affects the lower middle class the most. So this is not something that is good. I think Rakesh Junjunwala also predicted the same thing, right? Yeah, okay. So India, by the way, India is planning a massive stimulus package for sectors worst affected by the second wave. That means mast paisa is going to come out in this second wave ka stimulus package. Finally, Pfizer is again in talks with India for COVID-19 vaccine supplies. Okay. Another news: fire breaks out at HPCL plant in Vishakhapatnam. Vishakhapatnam में HPCL का plant boom went out, right? Fire. That means what is going to happen to the HPCL stock? Will it go up or will it go down? What do you guys think? Fall, right? Yes, definitely it's going to fall. Whenever something like that happens, logic sa situation hai that when something like this happens, especially like a fire, it will definitely go down. Okay. Okay. What else? GST Slabs. Apparently, there's going to be a small merger of GST Slabs. Did you guys hear about this? There's going to be a small merger of GST Slabs. I didn't know about this. I don't know whether you guys know about this, but I just heard about it right now in the news that GST Slabs ka chota sa merger is going to happen. And if that happens, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Again, I don't know. But it depends on what type of GST Slabs merger hone wala hai, right? It depends on that. If the GST slabs that are getting merged are towards the lower end, okay, tell me one more good information, right? What happens when GST slabs are lowered? Or what happens when something like this happens in a perspective where GST slabs are done and lowered? Suddenly, what will happen is a lot of companies suddenly come into the new GST slab, and they might come into a lower GST slab bracket. And if that happens, it will automatically give you bottom line profit Bottom line profit matlab your net profit will increase. If your net profit increases, what will happen? Your earnings per share increases, and if your earnings per share increases, what will happen? Your money will go up a lot. Correct? So this is something that you need to keep a track on what happens. I think Shubham is hell bent on finding out what happened to Amar Raja today. I have no idea, bro. I'm not tracking Amar Raja. And if you want to know why it went down, you should do your own research and find out why it went down instead of asking me constantly why it went down, right? मैं दुनिया भर का stocks देख के I know he really wants to know कि Amar Raja गया क्यों, right? I really don't know, boss. I sorry, but I really don't know about it. If you come to know, in fact, you should tell us why it fell down. That is what I keep teaching to everyone, that do your own research, do your own market research, and you tell me what is happening. Correct? Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. Now, Shubham, nice reply. Okay. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's take a few people on stage. Ideally, I want to take someone who is an iOS user, and I have no way to differentiate iOS users. So I don't know whether you'll be honest or not. Is there any iOS user here in the chat? Please let me know. I will try take you on who wants to come on stage. You have to click on this thing called Ask to Speak. Yes, today only Amir log ka discussion hone wala hai. Sorry, very sorry. You can't help it. We're only going to take the rich people today. So any iOS user, please come on stage and we will talk to you as well. I have to even talk in the accent because maybe, dude, even I was a pro iOS user for a very very long period of time. I don't know, मैं क्यों इतना बुरा बोल रहा हूँ उन लोग के लिए. But I switched to Android not because iOS was bad. I switched to Android because I feel, okay, two reasons. Obviously, one, it was expensive, but that was okay. The other reason, I felt the camera quality that Samsung and other people were releasing were 10 times better than the camera quality of what these guys were releasing, man. So I was like, dude, obviously, mera shakal acha hona chahiye, so I need a good camera quality, right? Perks of being a content creator. When is the new small case coming? It's coming today only, guys. Only for the 1,000 one, not for everything. सबका नहीं, but just 1,000 का आज आने वाला है. ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है. Okay, awesome. Cool. Cool, guys. Okay, now I'm going to take a few people on stage. Please click on Ask to Speak and we will take. Damn, we have 400 people. I just realized. So I'm going to take a few people on stage, especially, hopefully, if they're iOS users. See if you guys come on stage and talk. Okay. And the rules, you guys are all civil people, so you will take steps and turns one by one and talk. Cool. One by one, take turns and please talk. Go for it, guys. One first person, name, tell me if you're iOS or Android, and continue. Go for it, guys. Anyone? Don't feel shy. Guys?
Hello.
Hey Shashank.
Hey,
Yeah.
Shashank. I think Aditya you can go forward first.
Okay, cool. Hey Shashank, my name is Aditya and I am an Android user. So I recently started investing in the lockdown, so I'm new to all this.
Sorry.
Hey Shashank, my name is Aditya and I am an Android user.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go for it.
Yeah. So I recently started investing in the lockdown, so I am new to all this. So
Okay.
I have a very basic question. Uh, so how do you determine whether a stock is undervalued or overvalued?
You look at this thing known as the PE ratio. If you look at PE ratio quite closely, you will figure out whether the stock is overvalued or undervalued.
Your voice is breaking.
Can you please mute your mic? Everyone else mute your mic. Anjali, could you please mute your mic? There is this option there only called mute. Okay, fine. Thank you, Anjali. Yeah, cool. Go for it, Aditya. What were you saying? Yeah. So if you really want to know whether a stock is undervalued or overvalued, there is something known as sector PE. Have you heard of sector PE?
Yes.
So you'll compare it to the sector PE. You look at what the sector PE, look at what the current PE of the particular stock is, and after that you can predict whether it is undervalued or overvalued. But again, there are so many stocks which might be purposely trading undervalued or might be purposely trading at a very low PE. The reason why that might be a possibility, do you know why?
I have read that sometimes when the PA is really low, it's not a good sign, uh, or
Why?
it may be undervalued. Or if sometimes the PA is really high, it even may be a good stock, but
Yeah.
we don't know that.
See, the reason being, I'll tell you why, okay? The reason being, if a PE is very low and the industry PE is very high, but iska PE very low hai, so the only reason for that would be that there is something not right with the stock, correct? Maybe there is some kind of a bad movement with the stock, or maybe something is bad, or maybe they have too much debt. I don't know. Something is really not right. Or else it would be trading at industry level, correct? If it was really right.
Yes, yes.
So that is why when you see that a P ratio is not the perfect example, even though P ratio is used a lot, it is not the perfect example to figure out whether a stock is undervalued or overvalued. Got it?
So are there any other methods, or is it like I have to do a lot of research and then only I can understand whether this company is
At least
overvalued?
thing that you can't avoid, which is research. If you invest without research, see there are stocks that you don't have to do research. Okay, like for example, Wipro, TCS, ITC. What research you want to do? They're good stocks. You know that they're good. बहुत बड़े बड़े लोग हैं, right? But there are some small stocks that you definitely need to do your own research on, man. If it's a small stock, got it?
Yes, got it. So there's a ratio called PEG ratio. So is it a better metric compared to PE ratio?
No, PEG ratio only tells you whether the company, whether the stock is growing or not. It doesn't tell you whether it's undervalued or overvalued. It says whether the stock is a fast grower or a slow grower. वो बोलता है PEG ratio.
Okay, got it. Got it. Thank you, Shashank.
Okay. Thank you, Adit, right?
Aditya.
Aditya. Oh, okay. I thought your name was okay. Adit. Nice. Aditya. Nice. Okay. Awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you for this. Was this your first session?
No, I have been attending since some time.
Okay. Awesome, man. Thank you, Adit. Okay. Next.
Hi, Shashank. This is Vyom, and I am using iOS. So yeah, this is my first
Oh,
session ever. I was
round of
eagerly
applause
wait.
finally for an iOS user who has been waiting for so long to get the app live and
Yeah.
ready.
So I've been following you guys, you Varun and Abhinav as well since last 2 3 years, and I'm doing business. It's just I'm into startup, and yeah, I was waiting for this since last like 2 3 months. Every time you guys tweet about scenes, I was very eager to know like how to how when I will be able to get the chance to be on this platform. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And though there are some glitches that you guys need to fix,
That's
but
okay.
yeah, by
Please
the
let
time
me know.
it'll be okay.
In a few days, everything will be cleared. I think even with Android, it was the same issue,
Yeah.
and now the Android is bug free. So it's okay. होता रहता है.
Yeah. So, my question for you is that how important CAGR is if you talk about long-term investment? For example,
Very important.
yeah.
Very important. The reason why CAGR is very important because it tells you on a compounded rate what is the growth rate of the company on a compounding basis, right? And that is what we want, right? In what are we looking at mainly? कि
Yeah.
अपना पैसा कितना compound हो रहा है over a long period of time. So CAGR basically tells you whether the stock is compounded over a period of 5 years and how much has it compounded by. Has it compounded by a lot or has it compounded little bit?
Okay, so there are few companies who have CAGR of more than 50% as well. So if you talk about there is one company in chemical sector that is I think it's Deepak Knight, right? And Alkaline Mine, something like that.
Alkaline
So
mines, yeah.
yeah, so these are the two companies who are having good CAGR. So how do you see these companies to invest in long
Okay,
term
actually,
basis?
it's something that I personally track and I like it. So I'm invested heavily in Deepak Knight, right? So now I'll tell you what. Do you know what exactly compound CAGR is? Do you know exactly what CAGR is? It
Uh,
basically says it takes last 5 years data and says how much has the stock compounded in the last 5 years and gives you an average about it. Okay. Correct?
Yeah, correct, correct.
Now, if the stock has not rallied in the last 5 years, maybe went up by 10%, last 4 years went up by 10%, what is your CAGR? 10%, right?
Yeah.
But last 1 year may or last 6 months may the stock went up from 10% to 70%. Then your CAGR suddenly shows 30%. Maybe the stock did not grow 30% over a period of 5 years. Maybe it just rallied now, right? But the CAGR will show like that. So CAGR is a good way to figure out whether a stock is, I mean, whether it's a stock that is trending or not. But you need to see whether the trend is a long-term trend or is it like a abbi burst out momentum trend. Like if you look at alkyl amines just shot up right now, correct?
Yeah, it just went up few days back.
Right now, correct. So that is why alkyl amines is slightly different if you look at it from that perspective. Deepak has been going up constantly. So then
Yeah.
you can consider it that way. Like granules, India goes up constantly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cadilla is going up constantly. So that way.
Cool, cool. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Awesome. Cool, man. Thank you,
Cheers.
Vyom.
Bye.
Cool. Okay, next.
Hi,
Soham.
yeah, hi Shashank.
Hey, man.
So can I just move from stocks and can I ask you a crypto question?
Yeah, yeah. Anything related to finance.
Yeah.
As long as it's
So
finance, you're okay.
yeah, so last 3-4 months back, I just made a small crypto investment, and
Hmm.
like we are in India right now, so I'm a bit worried about the situation that is going on in India with the crypto scene. So what would be your advice for that?
No, what is your question? Exact question. Are you worried? Yeah, I'm
So
definitely worried about what's happening in the crypto scene,
yeah,
if that's your
so
question.
should we invest in crypto right now or not?
You should have invested already in some time ago. If you missed out on it, too bad. But if you really want to know, it depends on how long you want to keep the crypto. Are you going to keep it for 5 years or 3 years or 2 years, or are you going to remove it after 10 days when it goes up by 30, 40, 50%?
No, I'm thinking for long-term investment.
Then it's fine. If long-term investing is good, then it's good.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Thank you, so.
Hello.
Anjali. Hey man, what's up?
Hi, Shashank. This is
Hi.
Anjali this side.
Android or
Okay.
iOS?
I'm Android actually.
Oh my god, we only had one iOS award. These
Okay,
iOS people are
so
too cool to come on stage. Yeah, go for it, Anjali.
okay. My question was related to not stock market actually. So I was recently looking for some alternative to bank FDs. Okay, so not I do invest in stocks, but I was also because I have accumulated some of my salary which I'm not putting right away in the stock. So I just felt of looking for some other than stock market related, not just stock but others. So I saw this thing known as invoice discounting, and I got to know about one app also that is Trade Cred. So
Okay.
if you have any idea about how safe it is, and I mean how much we can invest in it, so I just wanted to know about that.
Firstly, I'm not sure if that helps you with an investment angle, right? If you're asking me about what is invoice discounting, I don't think that is something like an investment avenue that you need to look at. An investment avenue is more, I mean, invoice discounting is more from a B2B perspective, correct?
Right,
Uh,
right.
if you really want
Ab-
to invest don't put an FD, please, because that is something that is really bad.
right.
Do not do FD, but I would rather say invest it in stocks only, because that will give you the best returns you possibly can get. Put in some mutual funds if you don't know what to do, or go find some pre-existing small cases that you can invest in as well. Either or,
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
depending on your investment terms.
yeah, I have been investing in, I mean, the small cases as well. But I just got to know about this thing known as invoice discounting. So I thought
No,
just,
don't need to experiment. Just the stock market, you'll make enough if you
okay,
invest
okay,
properly. Right?
okay.
Don't
Thank
look for, see, the rate of return on that invoice discounting will not be the rate of return as how your stock price would move, no?
Yeah, actually, I just saw about it in the Trade Cred app. So, what is there is, I mean, there are certain companies like Flipkart and Amazon also there. And what they do is there is a kind of return of 12 to 13% there. and it can be a discounting like for 2 to 3 months, and it's a very short term period, and you can invest like 50 to, I mean, minimum investment I saw there is 50,000 to 1 lakh. Amount is quite heavy, but yeah, just thought of asking about it if you.
No, that's what I'm saying. So, see, you talk about 15%, 20%. I'm saying the market can give you more than that. No?
Yeah,
That's what I mean, right? So, focus on that. Focus on
sure.
generating long-term wealth as opposed to short-term quick wealth. Okay,
Right, right. Thank
awesome.
you. Okay, okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys. So that was a nice session today. This is the first session where we had a lot of iOS users as well. So iOS users, I want to ask you guys, since this is your first session, do you guys enjoy the session or not? iOS users, I don't want old Android users saying yes. New guys, because I need to know how the new audience is reacting also. Okay, so I'm assuming it is a overall yes from a lot of people. Very good, my boys. That means we are doing a good job in this app. That means we're doing a good job. Okay, awesome. So guys, I hope you guys liked it. I'm doing a video now at 6 p.m. on Avalon Meta Live YouTube channel. So if you want to come and see that, you can. It's about how to read offer document quite, not offer document, it's about how to read the company financials quite quickly. So whoever wants to come can come and see it at 6 o'clock. I'm also rebalancing the 1000 small case. So yeah, hope you guys like it, boys and girls and new iOS users. This YouTube is for everyone, not only for one person. So hope you guys like it. Okay, see you there. Bye.